Welcome to Heaven on Earth, a sacred portal to visualizing, meditating, and co-creating our highest joys that usher in the golden age of Aquarius. I'm your host, Athena Starseed. Hi, this is Athena, and this is a portal of possibility where we can co-create our reality by putting in new ideas and allowing our heart to explore our passions and living our bliss, like Joseph Campbell said. So I always like to start with an opening invocation, and this is something that Alice Bailey channeled by Duat Kul, who is an ascended master, and the prayer is really to bump up humanity. It's to increase our own frequency so that we can see ourselves as the divine, which we are. So take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men, the center which the masters know and serve, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Father Sky, and Mother Earth, from the point of light that connects us all, please be here in the sacred circle of light. Om, Om, Om. All right, so I have my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix on Skype. Do we have Kim?
Aloha, ohana.
Aloha. And Matt, can you turn me up a tiny little bit so I can hear a little bit? Okay, mic check 1, 2. I still can't hear. Hey, Kim, can you hear me?
I hear you beautifully.
Okay, yeah, I need to turn you up just a little bit more. Well, listen, it's going to be an amazing show today because God has blessed us with an incredible in-studio guest named Alanna Zabel, and she was a dancer, and then she became an entrepreneur. She became a yoga instructor. She owns a yoga studio. Then she actually just opened up, went to India. She became a genius because right now, anything she touches turns to gold, but not just for her, for all of humanity, because her messages are filled with inspiration, education, and liberation, how to live a higher vibrational resonating life. And she has written books, 17, for young girls, empowering them to find their own inner strength. Okay, so move over, Walt Disney. This is something more than just a princess waiting for somebody to rescue her. She has gone deep within the labyrinth of her own cells and found the 8 limbs of yoga to do no harm and to liberate herself and all sentient beings. Welcome to the show, Alanna Zabel.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful introduction.
So, oh my gosh. Tell us about your childhood. How could you possibly create, I mean, like, look at this, you guys. We're going to go over this later, but this is incredible self-empowered Barbie doll to inspire girls to be
the world's first yoga doll. You know, my childhood was different in that I was raised very Catholic, which you probably understand, being Italian. And my mother was we're almost more reverent to the Virgin Mary than Jesus in a way, even though, of course, we're very reverent to Jesus. But our parish was St. Bernadette's. And I was born on the feast day of Our Lady of Fatima, so October 13th. And Fatima is where the Virgin Mary appears to 3 children in Portugal with these messages. And the first is on May 13th. And she says, I will appear for on the 13th of the month for 6 months. And the last will be October 13th, and I will perform a miracle for all to believe. October 13th, there's this dancing sun, comes down, it heals thousands of people, forgive me.
I have goosebumps all over my body right now.
The only recognized miracle in Catholicism, and it's related to a female deity. So I was raised with these Virgin Mary apparition stories, Nostradamus stories. Like, I didn't get the Walt Disney, fairy tales, thankfully. So my brother and I kind of, were always calculating when was the end of the earth, when the end of the world was going to be, or how to save humanity. I would go on my rooftop as a child crying and screaming for the world to wake up. Like, it was just like a deep, 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 deep need, and it still is in there, like just always trying to figure out how can we wake up humanity, because I'm just seeing a ship that's about to crash into a wall and no one's paying attention because they're just trying to buy a new pair of shoes, and it's like, what? So that was kind of my upbringing. And then when I became a teenager, I then went all over the planet by myself, to Fatima, to Lourdes, to Guadalupe, with my mother to Guadalupe. And so I was traveling around to these Virgin Mary apparition sites, to Medjugorje in Croatia.
Oh, Medjugorje?
I've been there twice. I had my eye miraculously healed. Like and my mother being so almost like a female pope. She knows the apparition visionaries in Medjugorje. Like they would stay in our home and they would come to the States. So we stayed in Yvonne's home the second time that we went. It's such a beautiful story, and I actually tell that story in this book, Meaningful Coincidence, which is the synchronistic stories of the soul. And I tell many of those beautiful, miraculous stories and how they unfolded. And Medjugorje is a really beautiful one. It's called Believing is Seeing. Yeah, it's really powerful. So that was kind of my upbringing that made me different. But being different, then you have to break through being different and the stigmas that are put on you for being different. And it takes time, which is God's perfect plan, for you to understand that your difference is your power. And and I'm so glad, and it isn't until now when all of a sudden it's popular, when I've been doing this since I could remember, that it now lines up and it matches. And then I couldn't be more grateful, and I'm very, very pleased and happy to continue spreading this message in a way without resistance, and also from a humble place of understanding that this is all a far bigger plan than me.
Okay, Kim, she's not only a yogi, she's a saint. So
far from it.
Do you want to jump in there? Of course, saints are humble. A saint never says she's a saint. I'm saying she's a saint. She's a saint.
I'm awed. This is just delightful because you represent the whole new thrust of humanity through the feminine energy and feminine heart and eyes. And I think the gifts you bring to the planet are vitally important right now.
Thank you.
We as sacred old guardians, masculine I'm speaking for, are in severe need of the great allegiance and support of our feminine co-partners and co-creators. So welcome aboard, White Lioness.
Thank you.
So I want to go into that for just a second. So Kim and I have this show, and it's called Heaven on Earth. Kim is an Emmy Award-winning set designer, and he is on the show Hawaii Five-0 right now.
Oh, yeah,
and he's been on there for, the last 5 years, Kim?
Yeah, I think about 5 now.
I can't see his shirt.
Okay, so, and basically we are creating a way to make white light generals like yourself, somebody who makes an impact, not for themselves, but a planetary impact for humanity globally, and aligning so that we can be welcomed into our larger family, which is a unified field of love. And so we have this thing, and we are actually calling it the Star Lion, the Star Lions.
Wow.
And every month we pick a Star Lion, and then we highlight their stuff on our shows, and we ask all 144,000 light workers to buy and invest in what they have created to make humanity a better place. And last month, this month, October, it was Fantuzzi. And he was a troubadour, came out of the ghetto, sang holy songs, went to India, went to the Kumbh Mela. He got bit by a snake in Topanga, and died, and saw Shiva, and then came back and really started changing the world. So that was this month. So people, thank you for buying Fantuzzi's book. Shout out. But for November, we would like for you to be our Star Lion leader. And a Star Lion, these are a real prophecy that white lions will be born at a certain time to usher in the golden age of enlightenment. And it's a leadership that's based on service to others, not service to self. And it's service to the whole for all sentient beings. And so we want to promote you all month long, talk about all the different products that you have, and really highlight you. These shows get turned into YouTube clips, and then we want all of our white light worker friends who watch this show to share it. And in a nanosecond, we have the power to be making you a millionaire with micro sharing just within our own white light network.
Thank you. Because I will use that to give back and to make more and to creatively educate, and you take the same play patterns and use it to enlighten children. They're already enlightened. Use it to empower their current state of being without squelching it, or without telling them they have to fit into a different box or look a different way. That's what I would use that for. That's what I will use that for. Thank you. And thank you.
You're so welcome. So what's so important right now is that when you do yoga, yoga's a bridge to have the person wake up with their higher self. So you're merging, you're yoking with one. And this is a perfect example of what happens if you really do make union with yourself and your inner I am presence. She has written books. She's done meditation CDs. She has a doll. She manifested a clothing line.
There's 9 dolls. They're based on 8 limbs of yoga. So asana is the 3rd limb, which is based on the physical. So most people know that, which is why I launched her first. But Niyama is also available. She is from Brazil, and she's about eco-friendly efforts and saving the Amazon. Yeah. There's the dolly Alana. She's sold out thanks to Cristiano Ronaldo. He named his daughter, she was born in November of last year, Alana, and I sold out nationwide of all Dolly Alana dolls. Internationally, I sold out. So we need to get more of those.
Yes. And what else? What else? The clothing line. Oh, I want to say this. She says that she wasn't setting out to do any of this, that everything happened to you accidentally.
Everything.
The coincidences.
Everything has been an accident. And so I got into business in an accidental way without kind of writing a business plan, or when I did try to seek out investors, it just never felt right. It wasn't matching the reasons I was creating things, and it was all an extension of my teaching. It started, well, I created AZIAM when the internet came out around 2002, 2003 as Alanna Zabel I Am. So it was this one-page website just listing my classes and my retreats, because all I did was yoga, drink coconut water, go to surfing in Costa Rica, hang out and do more yoga. And I just couldn't understand how my clients were so stressed out. It'd be like, come on, you have to make time. And right, years later, I'm very humbled, and I wanted to create new programs, understanding from a different flip side of being a business owner. But so I practiced Ashtanga yoga. So I would go to India, practice with Pattabhi Jois. I was living in San Diego to practice with Tim Miller, who is my all-time favorite teacher. And long story short, in 2007 or 8, Pattabhi Jois's consulting team asked me to create a line for their studio they were going to open for him in Key West. And I used to travel with a woman who designed for, or she created True Religion jeans. So they asked me, would you
True Religion? Look at how it's all aligning up. All your experience, every job you've ever had will line up to where you are right now, and you're going to need it.
Yes,
yeah.
True. Yeah. If you say yes continually and keep unfolding, and right, yeah. So she helped me. We created a sample collection, and all I did was want to give it to them. Right? They were going to call it PJs for Pattabhi Jois, not realizing that's going to kind of downgrade the high-end quality of this activewear brand. I didn't care. They loved it. 3 months later, he passed away. He was 93 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
So here I am left with all of these samples, and I kind of felt like it would be disrespectful not to continue. And I gave a lot of those samples to clients of mine, and some of them were celebrities, and all of a sudden they're photographed with it. People are contacting me asking, where do we get this? How, what is it? I'm like, I don't know.
Not yet. I don't know yet.
So then I figured out, and I learned how to make patterns and how to source fabrics, and I created an activewear brand. I put AZIAM on it, and now I had a brand. Okay, and
show us the brand really quickly, because we're going to go to commercial.
Yeah, so
it's so beautiful.
These are digitally printed on recycled plastic bottles.
Plastic bottles. She recycled plastic bottles, Kim.
Yes, want everything to be good for the environment, even though we do love our spandex as ladies. And
I love this. I can't believe this is made out of plastic bottles.
This is a wrap, which is called the Ananda wrap.
The Ananda wrap. Bliss. Ananda means bliss.
It's just...
Okay, so we're going to be right back after these commercial messages with Alanna Zabel and all of her incredible cornucopia of creations for the planet and all her beautiful beings on the planet. All right, so stay tuned. If you like the show, please share it. And remember, in November, go to AZIAM Yoga.com, AZIAMyoga.com, and purchase whatever you love.
Experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe safe and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Were you scammed into signing a timeshare contract? And did you miss the part that said you have to pay for your great idea? Not only for the rest of your life, but when you're not here anymore, you get to pass this turkey onto your family for them to pay for the rest of their lives. Thanks, Dad. Don't burden your family down the road, and don't be stuck with expensive timeshare payments forever. Get out of your bad idea timeshare contract guaranteed, or pay nothing. Call Resort Release today and learn for free how their timeshare exit team can help you legally exit your timeshare contract. They've helped thousands of people, and they're A+ rated with a BBB. So if you feel scammed, get mad and get out of your expensive timeshare contract right now, guaranteed. Call NOW.
800-716-9903. 800-716-9903. 800-716-9903. That's 800-716-9903.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. What happened to summer? You turn around and it's gone. So what do? Solution. Either stop turning around or head on over to Columbo's and enjoy the most delicious steaks imaginable. Seafood that brings awe and wonderment to your happy little taste buds. Columbo family Italian recipes so special they're kept under lock and key at an undisclosed and secure location. Jazz every night and the world's greatest meatballs. Need I say more? Oh, but I will. Enjoy the summer and head on over to Columbo's Italian Steakhouse. Good Time Central. Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Mangia.
Athena Starseed, and this is a series called Heaven on Earth, and this is our portal of possibility to introduce white light generals. These are people that go out and really change the planet with their talents and their hearts, and they know that when one wins, we all win. And so I have a special guest in studio, Alanna Zabel, who is, I mean, a creative genius as far as I'm concerned, and a female, and it's there's nothing more important than right now.
Ready?
I am one of a kind, as I am. His name is Bliss?
That's Bliss, the superhero unicorn.
I want to say a really funny superhero unicorn. And there's
unicorn, yes.
I want to buy everything she has. I was sitting with one of my friends 2 years ago, and this girl was a downer. She was like Debbie Downer. And, you know, we got into this little, argument. And she's like, you know what, Athena? The whole world is not full of fairies and unicorns. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take you to tea. Let's go to Starbucks. We go to Starbucks. Literally, a girl walked in with a unicorn hat on her head. And I started laughing, and I said, actually, the world is full of unicorns.
Sure. A lot of unicorns.
And I work at the Abbott Kinney Mystic Journey bookstore, and there's a unicorn next door. Like a full-on horse with a unicorn for fashion and bracelets on his head.
Love.
So unicorns follow me around. I must have to buy this for my daughter.
That's amazing.
So go back into, you had a wake-up experience. This is your life story.
There's a bit of my life story in that. Originally, when I wrote my life story manuscript, I had an editor tell me separate this into 3 books. The first one, I want to hear a 21-day program. I want to hear your philosophy and give us the the nuggets of what is your philosophy of as I am, right? So that's what this is. It's my practices of yoga. It's my belief in Dharma and how we have to settle into a Dharma zone for things to flow in alignment with synchronicity.
What is Dharma?
So, what is Dharma?
Yeah,
What's
what
Dharma?
is Dharma? Dharma is our purpose. It's an innate purpose. You know, a grass blade knows that it's going to be a grass blade. It's not trying so hard to be a rose, right? We all have a purpose. And it's only when we all recognize what our purpose is and stop competing or trying to be something that we're not, that we're going to be this unbelievable orchestra of nature and divinity. And right now it's very, there's less harmony and there's more conflict, and it's harder for those sounds and the resonance to project because everyone, is trying to be the same thing, right?
And, it's like a snowflake. It's a soul flake. You can't ever come and do someone else's life contract. We have pre-birth agreements. We come in and we incarnate as artists. Kim, you're an artist. How does it feel to be your own snowflake?
I melt in ecstasy as often as I can and try to share it as much as I can, because that is really the grace of it. Whatever our individuality is, we're all petals in the great white lotus that's blooming for all humanity.
Absolutely.
So, this is the enflowerment time. So I'm thrilled to see you guys just go at it and assert the beauty and grace of feminine energy to arrive full bore on the planet.
Thank you.
This is wonderful.
We need more men like you honoring and assisting in that process, because the formula will not work when there's competition or dominance. It has to be unified.
Yes. Without the liberation of the feminine, we have no idea the control and manipulation that's been going on, and it's over. I mean, that is, we can kiss it goodbye, and we're watching the last gasps of it now. So,
and
but there's
so
a
many.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
no, please.
I was just speaking to the noble-hearted males that are all looking cross-eyed at the existing culture we've created and going, okay, gentlemen, it's time we do everything in our power to transform this.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're up to.
Or to allow it, right? And take the pressure and the resistance off, because even in my own personal microcosmic process, in that, the resistance is what created the power. Right? So it's like Kundalini Shakti, right? So it is that suppressed energy that, when finally released and finally aligned, really has the power to transform. And that's what is happening not only within all of us, feminine energy, even in male form, but also globally and universally.
So if we balance ourselves and ourselves with our own divine masculine and feminine, then when we come out and we do our projects, they come out balanced. When we have our relationships, they come out balanced. When we live in a state of grace, we allow the other person to be their true self. So this is Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. I have my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix and our wonderful, wonderful in-studio guest Alanna Zabel. And if you like this show, please share it. And for next month in November, all of these wonderful products are going to be highlighted on the show, and we're going to talk about having Alana be our Star Lion, which means we want 144,000 light workers to get on her website, find something that you believe in, and purchase it. And let's make her, with our micro sharing, our first millionaire white light general, so she can continue to spread the messages of love and wealth. Blessings.
Welcome to your island home away from home at Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Relax and unwind on 11 acres of tropical gardens by the whale-shaped pool or in a beachfront cabana. Enjoy your favorite ocean activities, culture activities, and free nightly entertainment. A perfect setting for weddings, honeymoons, family vacations, or just a weekend getaway. Experience aloha at its best at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com and let us welcome you and your ohana to ours.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Newsflash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less.
800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610.
Still got those annoying critters? I'm talking bees and fleas, spiders, ants, roaches, bed bugs, and those disgusting rodents. Have you made that call to Dewey Pest Control yet? What's holding you back? Get rid of them, and I mean right now. When the heat brings them out, it's time to call Dewey, because Dewey knocks them down and keeps them out. Dewey's an 89-year Heritage California family business with 32 offices statewide. Think you got those 24/7 wood-munching termites chewing up your house? Call Dewey right now for their free inspection. And all this month, get $89 off with a regular maintenance program. Call 800-209-0900. That's 800-209-0900. Just one call to Dewey does it all. 800-209-0900. Or get your free inspection online at DeweyRadio.com. That's Dewey, D-E-W-E-Y, DeweyRadio.com.
The following ad contains shocking material. Listener discretion is advised. Is someone in your family playing a dangerous game of Russian roulette? Over 43,000 people die a year from drug overdose. 120 people a day. 5 people every hour. 1 person every 12 minutes. 88,000 people die every year from alcohol abuse. Over 240 people a day. 10 an hour. 1 person every 6 minutes. Somebody you know may be next. Learn how to help someone you love get away from the drugs, alcohol, and bad influences. With the FMLA, people can take a leave of absence from their job and still keep it.
Call Quit Drugs 321 now at 800-378-3315. 800-378-3315. 800-378-3315. That's 800-378-3315.
Destination South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
This is Athena Starseed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth, and I have my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix all the way from Hawaii, and our in-studio guest Alanna Zabel, who is an entrepreneur, a yogi, a dancer, and I mean, she's like a yogic Oprah, a white yogic Oprah. I mean, like, because you have a network. Here, tell me everything that you want to tell me about what you've created.
Gosh, that's a lot. It's all been an accident. It's all been an unfolding. It's all been from purpose, and I wouldn't do it otherwise.
So we came right off you saying that you created this fashion line for another person. That person died, and then you inherited an entire fashion line, and that landed in your lap.
Yeah. So basically, the gift I gave came back to me much bigger, and then my clothing line was on the Today Show 2012 voted best yoga pant, and that really then made it a successful activewear brand. That gave me some capital to start then creating my passion projects, creating my yoga doll, which I was working on for 13 years.
Love this.
The first articulated fashion doll, so she moves in every direction.
I like the way you say
yoga.
articulated, because I like the double entendres. Number one, I love, because I'm a gymnast, I love that you can move in all directions, and articulated. When you articulate what you want to the universe, conscious speech, you can create your own reality if it's in harmony with your heart.
If it's in harmony with your heart. Beautiful. Yeah, so I created the dolls. When those got into Target, that also put me to the next level. I opened a studio 2 years ago in Brentwood, in the Brentwood Country Mart, and that's been a lot of work. That's been a whole different journey.
That's how I met you at your yoga studio.
Yes.
Thank you, God.
Completely
Goddess.
different journey. Very much sent me down into the mud under the lotus of, right, having to work 17-hour days and deal with people and the heavy issues that people carry and
Management.
and it's better.
Yeah.
And I do think there's a road of enlightenment in there.
Yes.
Because not understanding those elements and just thinking that everything is rainbows and butterflies and unicorns can be limiting as well.
And when you're in the thick of it, you need to have the rainbows, the rainbows, the butterflies, and the unicorns helping you. It's okay. Don't cry. I'm crying. It's okay. Cry on me.
Yeah, so I appreciate both ends, and really always the tagline to my company is where spirituality meets reality. I have 2 psychology degrees, so I always want my spiritual beliefs to be founded on something realistic and scientific, right? And that's why I do love yoga, because there is a very enlightened science to it. It's not just about, I'll close my eyes, breathe a little bit, flap my arms, and I will be aligned with, heaven.
Let's talk about how you got aligned with heaven, because this doesn't just come out of nowhere, all right? This is a certain level of actualization at the very top of Maslow's pyramid, okay? So let's talk about that. What did you do? You went to India. Did you fast? Were you doing yoga?
So the strange thing is, when I started teaching, and no one was really doing yoga retreats back then. And I was using the word goddess. No one else was using the word goddess. This was like 29 years ago.
Oh my
No
God.
joke. And actually, I was going to call my first website zgoddess.com, right? And I remember I was on the phone with my brother, and I was telling the internet had just come out, and I was like, I think I'm going to call it zgoddess.com. And he said, when are you going to get over this goddess shit? Beep. And my heart just was crushed. I'm like, oh, well, forget that. But
Okay, we're not allowed to cuss on the radio.
yeah, so that's why
Beep.
So long story short, that's how I end up with AZIAM instead of zgoddess.com. But I was teaching a yoga class, and this girl came up to me and she said, do you think you'd ever lead a yoga retreat? I'd love to go on a yoga retreat with you. And I said, honey, if I did a yoga retreat, we'd be juice fasting and be all women. And then we kind of locked eyes. I'm like, that's a great idea. So I created goddess retreats, and they were so powerful.
This is how I live.
But no one was doing it back then. We didn't even have cards. I would hand make goddess cards and, color them in, and I had the staff, and we would go to these locations and we'd be naked and juicing and cleansing and, just sweating and in sweat lodges. And I would go to all these different locations, Shasta, Hawaii,
Oh my gosh.
India. So I was going all over, and it was so powerful. In hindsight, I think all of that work was igniting something that I didn't understand yet.
Well,
Right.
sweat lodge alone will shoot you through your third eye. I mean, if you sweat enough,
But it
the
also
energy will rise.
Can awaken the ego. I've been selling products to yoga studios for 30 years, and a lot of those hot studios and those power studios also would be like, well, I didn't get your order. I'm like, but you signed for it. Or, so there's a lot of ego that comes with hot-headedness that we have to be able to manage. So if there isn't a level of humility and acceptance with that applied awakening, you're going to fall off the wave.
A lot of yogis do.
They do.
So they always say you have to continue the inner journey in and up, no matter what's happening out here. It's like getting trapped on your cities or your powers, that you start thinking that you're doing it all, when really the grace is allowing you.
And that's what's beautiful being a studio owner and managing a yoga studio right now. When I see people coming in with that hot-headed, heated, I am here, kind of mentality, I'm like, so are we. We're all here, and let's hold hands and let's work together, right? It's very interesting.
Yeah, I have a very funny little saying that I say to my clients. So I do readings at the Mystic Journey bookstore. So I have a lot of your clients that come to me to do readings. So I'm on the other end of the metaphysical. However, I said, omnipresence is when you know that God is everywhere,
right?
And narcissism is when you think you're the only God in the room.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so there's a lot of people walking around going, I'm God, but they forget to say, and ... so are you.
Right.
And so are
because
you.
it comes from fear. They don't understand it, and it happened and so quickly by accident. So there's this lack of understanding, and any kind of lack consciousness is going to breed greed and fear. Right? Oh no! What if this gets taken away? What if I can't control this? But if you just understand that it's part of the process and that you can't mess it up if you just open yourself to it and accept it, then you don't have that same.
And the higher layers that I've recognized is I'm already you. I don't need to steal from myself. This is you. This is beautiful. I don't have to do this now. This is beautiful. It's done. Like there's like every person is doing what they came to do to heal the planet in a certain way. And someone's dream is the dolphins, and someone's dream is the pollution in the oceans, and someone's dream is the people on the streets, the homeless. And everybody has a dream, and the whole world sings together.
Society's mentality, though, is very capitalistic, and so it breeds a lot of competition and
sacred capitalism.
Love that.
So we're talking about sacred capitalism, and here's sacred capitalism. I'm an entrepreneur. I used to run fitness boot camps in the Hollywood Hills, and I created that in 1993, 94. I am so inspired and impressed by this beautiful goddess, my sister, my very self. I want to help her create more products and more wealth and more abundance because there's more than enough. That's sacred capitalism.
Absolutely.
Yes, sister. And you donate 10% of your clothing line to, what's your organization?
All different. World Wildlife Fund.
Say it slowly.
World Wildlife Fund.
WorldWildlifeFund.org.
Yeah, for some of them, the tiger and the tiger and the elephant shirts, they're called Eco Tees. Also the Joyful Heart Foundation, which is Mariska Hargitay's organization. I made wife lovers instead of wife beaters. So every purchase...
wife lovers, Kim!
Of course.
Right, so every purchase of a wife lover gives money to help an organization that helps the victim of a wife beater.
I love you. I love you. I'm going to go back to the fact that she's a saint. She's a yogi saint, a Catholic yogi saint. It's happened right now here on the planet.
That's the crazy thing. When I got into yoga, I then learned that I was born on the Day of Victory, which is the most auspicious day in Hinduism related to a female deity. So it was like this cardinal cross of Catholicism, female deity, auspicious day, and Hinduism, auspicious, female deity. And I love that so much. And then I really get into my story when I went to India here and my experience with the Divine Mother and a lot of the synchronicities. I'm from Buffalo, and Durga kills this buffalo demon, and there's so many layers of synchronicity that I have with Durga and that story and the white buffalo, blah, 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 blah.
What's that book? Can I see the book again, please?
Yeah, it's called Meaningful Coincidence, Synchronistic Stories of the Soul. And
Stories of the Soul.
Yeah,
Great.
I go through...
We might need a month to just be in a retreat with you to just go through all of your books and your products.
Let's do it.
A whole month. Where should we do it, in LA or in India?
Let's start in LA.
Retreat center.
Yeah, come to AZIAM. I'll close up the studio for a month, and we'll all just...
I would love that. Let's all get into our yoga pajamas. You created our yoga wear, and let's just read all these books in juice. I don't want to be naked, but we can do everything besides be naked. And play with these dolls.
We can do yoga. We'll meditate. We will cleanse. We will raise the vibration even higher on this planet.
Yes.
Let's make a wave.
Oh my gosh, you're so inspirational.
I love the yoga doll concept.
You.
It's so brilliant. I think flipping the old paradigms into a new higher state of being is just stroke of brilliance. And that one is just waiting to happen.
And all of the yoga dolls come with a girl power cuff, which you'll see in there. It's a slap band that when you lay it out, it's the actual yoga mat for the doll.
Oh,
but the girls
the
can wear it around. So it's a girl power cuff.
Okay, so you can't really see that, but it's inside here and it's rolled up. See the little, looks like it's green from here at this point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I just have to tell you something. So I'm a mom. I have a daughter. She's 7. She'll be 8 in November. And she goes on Netflix. And if I see her watching Barbie, I have a meltdown. No, take it off. I'm running slowly. Stop. Because after that, she's talking with like this and like that. And then she's like, where's Ken? And let's go shopping. And let's even just window shop. Right. And I'm like, Oh my gosh, I raised her in an Indian temple. We were doing pujas, and now one or two Barbies later.
All of my dolls come with a book, and this is what I love because I've been teaching kids yoga for 25 years.
Come with books.
What's this book?
So this one is Asana's first yoga class. So that is this doll, Asana, and it's her first yoga class that she teaches. And all of the books have all 8 characters, but they come and support each other, right? So in this one, all the girls come from all over the world to take Asana's first yoga class, right? They're here to support her.
Wow.
Right?
What a beautiful mythology.
And even Mona Risa's Coconuts, which is Niyama's book, all the girls come all over the world to hike the Amazon with Niyama and learn about, taking care of the environment. So I really love having that girl power element. And what I notice is exactly what you're saying. Children are so susceptible. They are mimicking and doing the very things that we're doing. And any toy or video game that they play with is going to influence their mind and their behavior.
Absolutely.
And that's why I love creating fun, active stories that are still entertaining, but that at the end, the nugget is I'm active, I am kind, I am loving. Like all of these.
Love is a verb. Love is a verb.
Yes, love is a verb.
Love is an action. Like practical application is really, her expression. And I, okay, Matt, how many minutes do we have? 3, 4. Can you read this story in 4 minutes?
Sure.
Okay, wait, can you have your copy? Because is there another one? Because I would like to show the pictures in this story.
I don't have another copy.
Okay, so just read it, but we'll have to show it to the camera.
No, give me a second.
Okay, so I want to tell you about this story because if you do anything today, at least go to AZIAMYoga.com and purchase this story. This story is incredible. She's going to pop back in any second. Here we go. And it's the only way out is in. And I'm going to show the pictures, and you're going to read it to us.
And actually, it's As I Am Girls. So for any of the kids' products, go to ASIAMGirls.com, and that's with both Z's.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so she sat in the center of the labyrinth, waiting, waiting, waiting. It was her liberation that she was greatly anticipating. She was Sama, the dark goddess, prophesied to return to heal the world with love, praying that people would learn. She was hidden behind a wall, which only she could see straight through. Others could not see inside unless their love was pure and true. Many great warriors have embarked on the challenging quest of unveiling this powerful goddess if they could successfully pass her tests. There were 3 tests to pass: physical, mental, and emotional. Many passed the physical test, but none had passed them all. Along came a warrior whom the goddess hoped would win. She was impressed with his abilities both outside and within. He passed the physical test with great strength and might. He slayed 3 fierce dragons without the slightest fight. What truly impressed the goddess was his humble gratitude. He knelt to give thanks. He didn't strike an arrogant attitude. The next test to pass involved a mental riddle. He was given measurements to calculate the fastest route to the labyrinth's middle. Intelligent and precise, the warrior found the center fast. He nimbly ran the course, facing her wall at last. The goddess was very excited. She was praying on her knees. She would be free at last if he trusts what he believes. To pass the final test, he must act on how he feels. Then the powerful goddess would finally be revealed. A spider crawled along the wall. He whispered, "This is your test. You must choose one of 2 women whom you believe is the true goddess." 2 women appeared in front of him. One was very physically attractive. She dressed in tight, seductive clothing. "Aren't I beautiful?" she asked him. Her sight was an oasis from the warrior's journey alone. He asked what her name was. She replied, "Aaron." The other woman next to him was simply dressed and appeared more shy, yet there was a sweetness about her that radiated strongly from her eyes. But she can't be a goddess, he thought. Beauty is a gift of the divine. But Aaron is rather arrogant. "I can't make up my mind." "You have to choose me," Aaron insisted, placing her hands on her hips. The other woman said nothing and formed a smile upon her lips. Deeply moved by her sweet smile, the warrior momentarily lost his voice. After a few moments, he cleared his throat, announcing, "Aaron is my choice." The goddess exhaled all her breath. She fell to the ground, discouraged that the warrior had failed the final round. The 2 women dissolved into the air, transforming into the form of their souls. This woman should I keep going? No, just go okay. The simple woman radiated as an angel, and Aaron a demon made of coals. Aaron told the warrior, "Come with me, my sire," she grabbed him and pulled him with herself into the fire. Now what do I do?
No. So here's the thing. So we're going to come right back after these commercial messages, but he chose the wrong one, and she dragged him right into the fire. I thought that was profound. So when we get back, we're going to see what happens to her, because now she's got to deal with the spider. This is Athena Starseed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. This is an incredible author, an entrepreneur, and yoga instructor, Alanna Zabel, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Blessings.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and we are Heaven on Earth, and we are right back into our story. And remember, our warrior picked the wrong woman off of lust. He wasn't out of the second chakra, and into the fire pit he went. Okay, keep going.
Now what do I do? The trap goddess cried. The spider crawled underneath the wall, whispering, "There's something you haven't tried." "You can set yourself free," he said. "For a hero you need not wait. I will teach you the 8 limbs of yoga that will liberate your fate." The spider's name was Ashta. In Sanskrit, Ashta means 8. Ashtanga is the 8-limbed path that Patanjali did create. Living by these standards, you will receive countless graces. Any falseness will disappear, as will any negativity or hatred. Ashta held up one of his legs. Yama is the first limb. Try not to lie, steal, or hurt anyone. Choose not to sin. When you control your senses, you will develop self-mastery. Don't be ruled by your desires, which will only lead to misery. Niyama is the second limb, devotion to God through your work. Keep your body clean and modest. It is the vessel through which you serve. The goddess Sama then repeated, "Be honest, clean, and true. Know myself and serve God through all that I do." Speaking of the body, Ashta said, asana is Ashtanga's third limb. These physical postures of yoga keep your energy channels open. To guide this energy through your body, learn to control your life force. Practice pranayama or breath control. This is yoga limb number 4. Sama sat on the ground, crossing her legs into lotus pose. She lifted her back straight, watching the breath flow through her nose. You're doing great, said Ashta, and you're halfway through. Pratyahara is the 5th limb, detaching from everything, even you. By withdrawing from your senses, you surrender any attachments and goals, observing instead of seeking. Accept and trust this natural flow. You must develop strong focus to connect to your spirit within. When you are aware of what you're doing, yoga will begin. This is called dharana. Silent meditation is the goal. Try this exercise to control your mind. Stare at the tip of your nose. As Sama's focus concentrated, she forgot about the warrior who failed. She became immersed in her own experience, and it was a much more powerful tale. Continue with your practice, Ashta said. The next phase will arise naturally. You will feel deep love and union with all living beings you will see. This is dhyana, the 7th leg of this wheel. Samadhi is the 8th and final limb, where only the present moment is real. Yes! You will grow increasingly aware of your great creative power. Your life will become your practice every day and every hour. Slowly and quietly, Ashta crawled away. As Sama was in a deep state of bliss. In her many years of seeking freedom, it was only herself that she had missed.
Aww.
A light began to radiate from the center of her heart. It became so intense that it broke her wall apart.
Yes!
She was still immersed in samadhi, so Sama didn't flinch or react, but the people all around her took notice of her fast. Using yoga to reveal your true self, her true self, Sama worked from the inside out. You too can follow these guidelines and you will succeed. I have no doubt.
Yay! That's so beautiful, Kim! Okay, so listen, please, everybody watching the show, order this book. You can go, actually, if you're local, go to Brentwood, AZIAMYoga.com. This is Alanna Zabel. She is our star lion for November. She's going to be back. We're going to be promoting all of her things. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for being so powerful and so awake, and we love you.
I love you.
All right, Kim.
Thank you.
Blessings of light. Please share the show. 144,000 light workers. Here's our next star lion.
Thank you, everyone.
Extraordinary leadership. 1,000 years of peace, my girlfriend. That's what's happening right now.
Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed. Or listen live to your favorites. Download our CRN app from your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Just search for CRN Digital Talk Radio. Or search for your favorite CRN shows on apps like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio,